sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun.
Well, hi, I'm David Hess. I play Daddy Warbucks, and this is
Joan Hess, and I played Grace in Theatre Aspen's production of Annie.
Wonderful. So how did you both come to be a part of the Theatre Aspen family?
really started with you.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be asked to come in to do a production of Chapter 2, which is a Neil Simon play 2 summers ago. And, well, I auditioned. Oh, nice sound. A little construction going on. So I auditioned in New York, and my agent called and said, would you like to audition for a play in Aspen? And I was like, is that a trick question? Because yes, I would. And then they were, you know, Theatre Aspen runs shows in reps, so they said, would you be interested in auditioning for Spelling Bee as well? Which I did, and I got to do both those shows the first season. And then last year they asked me back to do the same time next year. And David would come and visit, and he liked it.
Yeah, Aspen's Paradise. And then this year, they had us both audition for the play, Becky's New Car, but apparently we were both just too sexy.
Yeah.
That's what I always tell myself.
Right for the play.
When I don't get a job, I'm just too sexy.
Yeah, you could tell by the
well, I was going to get to that.
Oh.
But so they offered us to do Annie, and at first I didn't really want to do it. And my agent
Why?
wasn't too excited to have me do it either. I'll get to that.
Sorry.
But anyway, I wasn't really eager to shave my head. You know, I wasn't thinking, because I have a nice full head of long curly hair. My wife thinks that's probably my best attribute. But anyway, the more I thought about it, I thought, you know, I'm an actor, and part of my job is to change my appearance. So I said, okay, and my wife loves it here so much. I thought, well, I need to do whatever I need to do so that we can spend time in Aspen. So yeah, so I shaved my head, and woo! And you know, it's really not been so bad. It's kind of a very liberating thing, and
It gets more people petting it now too, which is a good thing.
it's always nice to be petted. But anyway, it's kind of a neat thing to have your hair shaved off and to be paid for it. But it's funny how our hair is so much a part of our identity, like her beautiful hair. And it's kind of neat to have it stripped away. It gives you a more direct feeling about yourself, and it's been interesting. I'm glad I did it.
Wonderful. Now you're both obviously incredibly talented actors and singers, and you're happily married. Did you meet in the theater?
We did kind of meet in the theater, didn't we?
Not
It was because of
exactly.
theater.
We were supposed to meet in the
We
theater.
actually, yeah, and we actually did meet because of theater. You could say that.
We were supposed to meet a few times, and you know, sort of by happenstance, we were going to be in the same place at the same time. And David kind of ran from me for a while.
I knew she was going to be trouble.
Is that it? Intuitively, he knew something. And so then we actually got cast in a commercial opposite each other, so he couldn't run anymore.
I could still run, but I didn't.
So what has been your favorite part about this production of Annie, either in rehearsals or the show?
Well, I can't say enough about Julia, who's playing Annie. I've been an actor for about 30 years, and she's one of the most present, conscious, available, vulnerable woman I've ever worked with, and she's only 13. But she's just incredibly talented and so easy to be with on stage, and it's just, she's a real joy. She's really what makes it work. That and the fact that I get to play opposite my wife, which is really special.
It's really a sweet, sweet show. We love the heart in this show, and I feel like this, like David does.
Always a construction site here, Theatre Aspen.
It's the beautiful thing about Theatre Aspen, there always is.
We're always on the way out.
Always building.
So I feel the same way David does. That Julia is just really special, and we're so loving working with her. She's already incredible, consummate professional. You can totally trust her on stage too, even if something goes a little awry. She is right there, ready to make it work. All the young ladies in the show are really neat. I've really enjoyed spending time with them. And it's a special place, Aspen. I love the staff here. I love, you know, I really adore Paige. I love what she's doing with this theater. There's a community of people here that I have become great friends with. So I feel like I have a second family here, and it's really, really special. And the level of theater that we're doing here is pretty dang high. There's a great pretty high standard of theater going on here. So it's really a treat for us. It's a great joy.
The local talent here is really good, and then they also bring in people from New York and LA. So it's a really strong company. More, surprised me when I got here how talented they were. But I'd have to say too, I never really wanted to do Annie because there's often enough times where Annie's done very brassy. But this is done with a lot of heart and a lot of warmth, and so I really love this production. I never thought I'd say that, but it's done with a lot of honest heart and care, and so it's a pleasure to do.
It is, and I have to tell you one of my favorite things is to be able to see the audience during curtain call and see that we've moved people and the children are singing along and the adults are hugging each other and crying, and it's really touching.
Now, David, you play a billionaire conglomerate, and Joan, you're his wonderful secretary. How did you prepare for these roles, and do you find any similarities that you can attach to when you're creating these two wonderful people?
Well, I've always fantasized about being a billionaire businessman, so that's really easy for me. No, just kidding. Well, to me, he's a very powerful man, and he's very passionate about making money. And so it's easy for me to tap into my own passion about my work and about life. So really, if you just allow your passion to be there and the strength that gives you, it's really pretty simple. And it's also really simple. I'm a softie, and so it's really easy, especially Julia's so talented, to care about her very naturally and comfortably and to look after her. So I guess that was my first key into what I was doing, was just to play the power and passion of the man, which is always exciting and fun to do when you have a role that you can be powerful in. And so it's been easy. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's always the way in for me is to just really understand the circumstances of what's happening within the play and put myself in there, truly behave as if it's actually happening to me. And so Grace isn't too far off of me, so it's pretty easy, except that I have to be subordinate to him. But otherwise,
that's really hard for her. Really hard, as you're probably going to see in this interview.
Fun. It's totally fun, and the cool thing is that they have a connection anyway. Even though he holds up that he's a little bit more guarded than she is. She's more heart, but Annie, the orphan Annie, opens up his heart, and that allows him to even see Grace in a different light. And so it's really a sweet journey that we get to take with each other.
Really? That's not how I see it at all.
No. Anyway,
just kidding.
Now you guys demonstrate some beautiful singing, acting, dancing talents on stage. Are there any special skills or hobbies that people might not know about you guys that you have off stage?
Well, I used to be a professional trumpet player before I became an actor, and I still miss the horn. When I recently was doing Sweeney Todd on Broadway and doing the national tour, I got to pull my trumpet out of the closet and play it, and I really loved that. So that was a good time.
Yeah.
And she has an incredible whistle. That's on her resume.
And I juggle flaming human beings.
No,
but other than that, no.
Do your whistle.
No. But I do. I actually don't get to dance in this show, and I do dance. I do a lot of work with symphonies and do a lot of Fred and Ginger kind of tributes, like partnering.
Pops concerts and symphonies.
Yeah. We do some ballroom, we do tapping, we do swing dancing.
Not we.
No, me and a dance partner.
Her and somebody else.
Although we dance pretty good together.
We do pretty good.
Yeah.
We waltz in this show for about 8 seconds.
Yeah.
It's the height of the show. It's the climax of the show.
And I make a mean key lime pie. That's my real special skill.
Now you both already touched about what's so beautiful about Aspen and what's special about this theater. On the off chance that you get time off, what do you like to do outside of the rehearsal room and the stage here in Aspen?
Well, I love hiking. I think the trails here are amazing, and just the scenery and nature and the wildlife is remarkable here. So I'd love to go hiking. We like to camp. I have a lot of family in Colorado. I grew up in Colorado, so we get to see family, which is really fun too. How about you, baby?
I don't want to ruin this for a lot of people who live in Aspen, because I think they're trying to keep it a big secret. But Aspen's like paradise. I mean, you're just surrounded by incredible nature, and the landscape's amazing. The mountains, it's just beautiful and peaceful. I've been here about 5 weeks now, and I've never driven over 25 miles an hour. And so that alone is very unlike me. But it's just such a peaceful, quiet area, city that's just full of warmth and love. And I like to go hiking. There's so much you can do here, so many trails. So we just kind of spend our time unwinding in nature, and it's really, we're going to go camping a little bit, I think, in another week or so. So that's what you do here, and it's just, boy, it's just heaven, just paradise, really.
But there's also a lot of great culture. In fact, we saw a dance concert last night. We've been to the music tent.
Lars
Lubavitch
from New York was here last night. They were great, and there's a ton of really nice restaurants.
And great lectures. We went to a Shakespeare lecture yesterday afternoon. So you really can never be bored in this town. It's the most amazing summer, you know.
Any final words about why audiences should come see Annie, especially you two?
Well, it's a. If you've ever seen Annie, I think you'll love this production even more if you like Annie. And if you're not a big fan of Annie, like I wasn't sure I was, it'll change your opinion about it. I think it's done with a lot of heart and warmth, and the kids are really fun, talented kids, and the whole cast is great. And it was directed by Marjorie Traeger with a lot of heart and warmth, and so it's really a pleasure to do, and I think you'll enjoy it.
And you can bring the whole family. It is really family-friendly theater. It's really neat to see people bringing so many kids who, some of them, this is their first exposure to live theater. And you know what? It changes people. Live theater is so important, and it's really neat to expose young ones to it. But I find the adults are really enjoying themselves too. And I have friends who say, you know, who are very savvy about theater and say, you know, we really weren't a fan of the show, Annie, but you guys made it really fantastic, you know. So it's a really special cast, and like David said, full of local talent, New York talent, LA talent, some Denver talent, and really a really great show, heartwarming and sweet, and fun and funny.
And funny.
Let's hope we make you laugh.
Anyway, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, tomorrow.